The name of the piece is Repetition of Change, and it's based on DNA, which is an absolutely huge subject, but I've tried very much to see if I can grab an aspect of it, narrow it down and present it in movement form. The thing that really captured me in terms of wanting to do a work on DNA was literally looking at its structure. If you're aware of the double helix as an image, you'll see that it has the two strands either side, it's got the ladders that work between it, and it has a rotation that happens. Now all of that is, for me, dance. It changes, it moves, it has all these evolution actions that happen, and it really is the discovery of life, so I kind of feel I'm right at the heart of it.
It is quite mind-blowing, so she's gone down a more of an artistic route with it. She's taken a few different elements like mutations and the strands and the stem cells. She's taken some really basic ideas and then run with them.
Sharon had this idea about DNA, our own DNA, so she set us a couple of challenges to go away and experiment the way we move. And what she's done, she's actually taken our own movement along with hers, and we've just basically developed it.
The very first task that Sharon gave us was a sheet, and it had little diagrams and words of all the, I don't know if you call them actions or movements, but all the actions that DNA can do. So it can buckle, there's shear movement, stretching movement, and a whole list of all these. And she asked us to kind of pull from this list and make movements for whichever ones we wanted. In some sense, that would be our DNA, the words that we were drawn to. It would say something about who we are and where we are at the minute.
And this kind of gives you the freedom. Okay, show what's your DNA. Show what style you can do the best. And Sharon kind of gave us the freedom to do that.
We had a photo shoot beforehand, and I think what really kind of helped to get the concept a little more consolidated was just an image of the costume, an idea of the dress. We used that in the photo shoot, and from there on, I think the ideas were growing really on their own, as cells do, I guess. It's not often that you have the opportunity to work with live music, and actually to have a piece of music commissioned, I think, is absolutely wonderful. So when I was approached by Psappha, it was wonderful that the RPS and the Drummond Fund are willing to fund opportunities like this that allow us to get in the studio and be creative together. So Kenneth Hesketh has created an absolutely amazing piece of music. Scary to start with, but I understand it now, and I'm delighted actually that it landed on my desk when it did.
At the beginning, when I first heard the music, if I'm honest, I was just kind of like quite aghast, because it's certainly not easy listening, and it's a very complex structure. And the first time we heard it from beginning to end, it was just like, I couldn't even imagine what Sharon was going to do. And then as we've started to layer movement on top of it, certain parts of the music have really started to come out, and I hope, or I think that is what the audience will get. Those subtle relationships to the music where you don't actually expect it, because that's what I'm getting from it. And I think if the dancers get that, I think that's what will transpire and come across for the audience.
Anyone that's seen Melt might question whether or not this is actually my work, and I like that. I like the fact that actually, having seen Melt and then Repetition of Change, they can look and see whether there are signature moments, languages that are coming through, but I hope it's distinctive enough and very different that they go, so there's more in this choreographer.